Let's continue with the second chapter from your political science book of grade 11, and the name of the chapter is Fundamental Concepts. And today we are going to start from state and society. In the ancient times, no difference used to be made between the state and the society. Okay, like Plato, Aristotle never made a distinguish, or they never distinguished between these two. Okay, but later on in the 17th century, the political thinkers like Locke uh, came forward to recognize that state was different from society. And few thinkers like Hegel, like Bradley, okay, the idealist, and they were the idealists, they supported this concept. The supporters of totalitarian, you can say the followers of the totalitarian states, the supporters of the totalitarian state concept started accepting the fact that yes, there is a difference between the state and the society. What is the definition of state? Society is often and popularly defined as the sum total of social relations among people. It is defined by McIver as the web of social relationships. Man is a social animal by nature and necessity. Okay, a society, they are trying to explain us that man is a social animal by nature. No human being can live alone. We need a society. We are a social animal, and for not only just because we are having the nature, it is our necessity also. Okay, so a society is a human organization whose members live together and cooperate with each other for fulfillment of their common objectives. Society is the objective to study the sociology. Those are studying the sociology, this is the objective of the study. The objective is the society. What are the features of a society? Society is a vast and complex system of social relations. Social relations involve continuous interaction among people of the society. Okay, social relations are characterized by cooperation, some conflict and disputes, and competition. MacIver observed society is cooperation crossed by conflict. So in a society we can say there is cooperation, there is conflict, there is disputes, and there is again competition, but again we are living in the society and cooperating with each other. Okay, continuously you can say that the society relations and interactions keeps on continuously, you can say, interacting with each other. We find that the peoples are interacting with each other, are members of the society has have several similarities as well as some diversities. In a society, it doesn't mean that the society have to be homogeneous in its nature. There will be lots of similarities, there will be lots of differences or diversities also. Social consciousness about social relations is a feature of society. Interdependence characteristics between the members of the society. Okay, then society is abstract, we cannot see it. It is a system of social relationship among the people. Society is dynamic, it is having different characters, different field, different aspects. Okay, each society has its own culture, that is a set of tradition, habit, understanding, belief, etc. Okay, all human activities, political, economical, or moral, cultural, educational, religious, and others, take place in the society. Okay, all this is also the case of business, trade, industry, commerce, and economy. Everything is coming under society. What is the difference between a state and a society? The state came into existence after the birth or evolution of the society. Okay, after the birth of the society, later on the state is taking its birth, and the social relationship formed by the people need protection, and for this a need for the ordered maintaining and regulating body was felt. Okay, state emerged as such an institution, and it started providing through its agency, that is government, security, law and order in the society. Society already evolved and people wanted some protection, law and order. Okay, and for this agency got evolved, institution started getting evolved, that is a state, and state is working through its agent named as government. Okay, so what are the basic difference we'll try to understand. Society is wider in scope than a state. So society is formed by all types of relationship that emerged and developed among people when they live together. It includes social, economical, cultural, political, moral, religious, and in all the other types of relationships. It is a wider scope. State is only a political institution or community. It is concerned particularly or primarily with the exercise of power in society. State is the sovereign power system in each society. So society is prior to state. Society is rooted in human nature. Okay, the birth of society took place in the earliest stage of history. State too have a long history behind it, but yet everyone agrees it came after the birth of society. The need for protection of social relationships as well as the need for law order gave rise to the need of state. Okay, state represents and organizes unity in the human beings. Society reflects the natural unity of human beings into social relationships. We can say that the society includes both organized and unorganized groups of people, their interaction, their relationship. Okay, but state is a political organization, community of group of people living in a definite portion of territory and characterized by the exercise of supreme power, that is sovereignty. So we can say state represents an organized unit of human beings, whereas society can be organized or includes both organized and unorganized group of people. Number 4, government is the agency of the state has no formal or organized agent. So government is the agent of making the law, implementing the law and looking after the law. This is the main reason or main work of the government. So government is acting as an agent, but society is not having any single agent, okay, or agency. We can say that it is self-regulating system of relationship. It is maintained naturally through the network of custom, traditions, usage and natural evolved codes of conduct of that particular society, we can say. Okay, society lacks this kind of formal organization. Okay, sovereignty belongs to state and not to society. Okay, sovereignty is the most essential property and the hallmark of the state. State exercises supreme, that is sovereign power over all the members and institutions of the society. It is the law and order maintaining institution of the society, and we can say that the society is a system of social relation. They are not formulating any kind of law. Number 6, territory belongs to state and not to the society. We are quite sure about it, as we are having 4 main fundamental elements. Within that, territory comes, and state is having its territory, whereas society is not having any kind of territory. It is a relationship between the people. Okay, society is concerned with both internal and external dimensions of human behavior. Society is concerned with both internal and external. Okay, behavior. Society or state is concerned only with the external dimension of human behavior. A state is concerned with external behavior. Its laws lay down rules which regulate the external behavior. Okay, sociology studies society and politics. Political science studies state. This you have to get it clear. Sociology studies the society and politics. You can say political science studies about state. Okay, what is state and association? Already we know what is state, and we'll try to analyze what is the different kind of associations. Each association has elements. A group of people, volunteer members. It is not a compulsory member, like whenever we take birth in a whenever anybody is taking birth, that person becomes a member of a state or a nation. All right, so we can say that that is becoming naturally, and this is volunteer. Volunteer means you can become a member. If you don't want, you cannot, don't have to become a member. Shared and common interest or needs on the basis some set objects, goals which are to be achieved collectively by all the members. As they are forming the group, this group is formed to achieve some kind of goal. Okay, they are having some common interest, they have to fulfill that interest. For that, this association, this group is a group of people is organizing a organization. A volunteer organization and cooperation among the members objects pooled resources for funds needed for action. So they are pooling the, you can say, resources, funds. They're pooling the funds among themselves. They're contributing mutually, and they are actually doing their work. Next, we are having, there are several kinds of association. There are associations of labor, trade, government employees, and others. These are economic associations. For example, we can say trade unions, chambers, and commerce, and others. Each political party is also a political association. Arya Samaj. Okay, this Jain Sabha, Singh Sabha, all these are the religious associations. A Sangeet Sabha, a literary source society, a dynamic club, a dramatic club, all these are cultural associations. Rotary clubs, then lion clubs, all these are organizations which provides a social service association. What is the difference between state and association? State is a sovereign community of the people. Associations are non-sovereign organizations. State is having the power to formulate the law, they're making the law, they are sovereign. Okay, whereas we are going to say the associations are not going to formulate any kind of law and any kind of what to say, they cannot apply any kind of law as such over the country. The state has wider objects, as the association has narrow goals. The state is having a wider object to maintain a better life for every citizen, whereas association is concerned with the few members only. They are having a objective, few members are only there. Membership of the state is compulsory, right? So membership, as we are taking birth, we are getting the membership of that state, but that of an association is voluntary. It is up to us that we are going to join some club, join some association or not. It is voluntary, it is not compulsory. The state can impose taxes, okay, but not an association. State can impose direct tax, indirect tax, different kind of taxes on us, because state needs revenue to run the state, whereas association also needs money, but they cannot apply tax. They are going to mutually pool some amount of money among themselves, and they are going to use it. One person can become a member or citizen and for only one state. Okay, so one person is the having membership of only one state, whereas a person can be member of different kind of associations. State is essentially a territorial organization. An association may or may not be territorial. So state is having its own territory and it is operating within the country itself, whereas the association can work beyond the territory also. Okay, so it can work worldwide also. Only one state but many associations in one defined territory. So we are going to say that this is we are having only one nation. Okay, and within that nation there are different kinds of associations, and the status of the state is national, while association can be local, regional, national, or international also. So state is having a national value, whereas the associations can be local, regional. Okay, it can be for wider aspect, can be for a small one, can be international one. The state is permanent and associations are temporary. This means the state is having a permanent existence, whereas the association, whenever they find their goals are completed, the association can get closed also. And the state is superior to all association. The states need not follow what the associations are telling, but the associations are bound to follow whatever the state is making the rules. All associations working in a state, it have to conform had to conform to the laws of the state. No association can act against the laws of the state. Okay, so associations are abiding by the laws of the state, and the state is not following any kind of law which is made within the association. Next, what is the meaning of nation? We will see that different different people came up with different kind of definitions. Broadly we can say that they were divided into two categories. Some said that what is a nation, it is a group of people where two kinds of nations were there. One is on the basis of racial or ethnic unity among the people, and some said it is common bonds of unity, their consciousness, and continued being in the same community. It is a common bond, but basically we are each modern nation is a mixture of several races. We cannot say that it is having a single race, okay, a single religion or a single origin state is there. No, modern state is a mixture of several races. Okay, so basically we can say that nation a nation is a cultural, emotional entity whose people have a strong sense of belonging to each other due to historical, geographical, cultural, and ethnic unity, and a sense of being one. Sense of being one is called national. Being a sense of being in a nation. Okay, so a nation is a community of people formed on the basis of common language, history, motherland, ethnicity, or a common culture. So basically the first point is they are targeting on the ethnic groups, and later on they are saying nation is a population with a strong sense of unity, a faith of common identity, and a united large group with a common consciousness of oneness. This is the main thing. We have to have the sense of unity and the feeling of being one that binds the people in a nation. Okay, this is a form of nation. Hopefully you understood. Thank you.